Hello, everybody. My name is Yaritza Fajardo. I study at the UTPL University, and today I'm going to talk about the most common sentences problem. Okay, let's start. First, it is important to know the structure of sentences can be a problem for students. Therefore, you need to be able to identify and revise problem sentences so that your writing is technically correct. And don't forget that sentences are used to convey a complete thought, and all sentences must have the correct grammatical elements and punctuation. In this video, you are going to be able to learn, recognize, and correct some common errors in sentences structure, such as sentence fragments, choppy sentences, run-on sentences and comma splices, and string sentences. Now, first, let me start. In this part, I explain uh, each sentence's problem with the definition, examples, explain the problems, and the possible and the different solutions. Okay? For the first, that is sentences fragment, it is important to know that a sentence is contain just a fragment when it doesn't have a subject, a verb, or doesn't make complete sense. So another important thing is remember that sentences must contain at least one main or independent clause. Now I give some examples about the first topic, okay? As you can see here, because some teacher works 6 hours while taking full load of an academic cycle. This is example. This is an example of a sentence fragment. To correct this sentence isn't important to delete the word because and then it makes sense. Another example is to correct these sentences is add an independent clause. Okay? Because it never finished. Okay. As a result, we have because some teachers work 6 hours while taking a full load of an academic cycle, comma, they don't have free time. As you can see here, in this first topic, we have the mistake with the incorrect sentences and two examples with good grammar rules. The next, this is another example, students who study too much. This is a sentence that contains fragments, and the correct is to correct these sentences, it is important to complete the independent clause. Students who study too much are intelligent. Now, this is a correct sentence, as you can see here. Now, let's start with the next example. This example is about choppy sentences, as you can see in the PPT. As sentences, these choppy sentences are too short and it is can make your writing appear unsophisticated and also your ideas seem disconnected. But short sentences can be effective in certain situations, okay? As I mentioned, unsophisticated and ideas seem disconnected for short sentences, okay? Now I give some example about that. Example of shopping sentences. As you can see here, in the example, the boy asked his mother a question. The boy is Michael, and the question was about coronavirus. As you can see here, the word, uh, as you can see here, the boy asked his mother. These ideas are disconnected, okay? The boy questions, and again the boy, as you can see here. To correct this, uh, we try to minimize the words that are repeated and make a sentence that that have the ideas connected. Michael asked his mother a question about coronavirus. This is the correct way to write these sentences, okay? To continue, this is another example. She took dance class. She had no natural grace or sense of reading. As you can see here, the coordination. These sentences don't use a coordination. She took dance class. In this part, as you can see here, comma and but. But is the coordination here. She got no natural grace or sense of reading. Now the sentence makes sense. For the next, for the topic number 3, run-on sentences and comma splice. What? Uh, these sentences occur when simple sentences in dependent clause are joined incorrectly. So they make your writing grammatically incorrect. Okay? A correct sentence should have a period, a semicolon, coordinator, or add a subordinator. So it is important to know that. When two or more independent clauses are run together without only comma, this is a comma splices. Okay? And there are the ways to try to avoid these common mistakes. For example, wrong A. New York City is very cosmopolitan. Then people from many cultures and ethnic groups live there. Comma splices. New York City is very cosmopolitan. Then people from many cultures and ethnic groups live there. As you can see here, there are two mistakes in the same sentence. Okay? And I provide different ways to correct these sentences using different, using commas, semicolons, and other things. Okay? For the first, add period. New York City is very cosmopolitan then. Okay? People from many cultures and ethnic group live there. As you can see here, in the we have the semicolon and the coordinator, and also the subordinator. Before the comma, we put sub. Okay, these all sentences are grammatically correct. Okay, this is a way. There are different ways to avoid run-on sentences and comma splices. For the next topic, for a string sentence, for the string sentences, it is important to note that string sentences with too many clauses usually connect with and, but, so, and other connectors, okay? It often results for writing or speaking like a string without end. For example, I continue talking, 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 and I can end, so like this. So the connected string, uh, the string sentences, it is important to note that you should divide or recombine the clause, remembering to subordinate them when it is appropriate. So let me give some examples about this topic, okay? Many teachers work all morning and then they prepare classes for afternoon, and they also have to search for new topics. So they are usually exhausted by the weekend. As you can see, I can continue now. These sentences have a lot of mistakes. So this is like a run-on sentence, okay? String sentences that don't have finish, that it is continue talking and talking. To correct that is many teachers work all morning, as you can see here. Use and, the connector, and since to try to to make sense of these sentences, okay? And also they, comma, and they to correct. Another way to correct is use because and use the comma and try to minimize the subjects that are repeated. For example, because many teachers work all morning, prepare classes all afternoon, search for new topic, they are usually exhausted by the weekend, as you can see here. Well, mm, these are the four most common mistakes. And finally, to summarize, to sum up this topic, to conclude, if you want to have a good academic writing, you will revise and practice the problem sentences and especially the most common errors, okay? Such as sentence fragments, choppy sentences, run-on sentences and comma splices, and string sentences, okay? It is important, yeah? And also, I want to mention that don't forget the sentences are used to convey a complete thought, and all sentences must have the correct grammatical elements and punctuation. If you want to improve your academic writing, please practice a lot and practice more about these common mistakes that can help you to improve your academic writing. This is all for today. Thank you so much and thank you for listening me.